Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in to my review of the Gerber StrongArm. The latest in a long pedigree of tactical survival knives from Gerber. They've been putting out a lot of stuff over the years, as you guys know if you're into knives, and this one is a very nice one that I'm excited to talk about and look at and play with. And yeah, I've done some playing with this one, some testing, and we'll be rolling that in throughout the course of the review today. But I would say overall this knife is quite impressive, especially for the price, which is not bad at all. Made in the USA, which is great to see, and it comes in at I think 50 bucks, around 50 bucks. Actually, the cheapest one I saw on Amazon today was I think the black version, the all black version with the black handle and the black sheath came in at $46, something like that. Now prices fluctuate on Amazon and other sites, as you know, so jump on that while you can if you can still find it there. But the Coyote and plain edge version, if I'm not mistaken, was much more expensive. So like I said, prices fluctuate. But if you can get it for as low as $50 or so, what a steal on a great knife. And maybe $65 is what you're going to find it for otherwise, which is also still a very good price. Talking a little bit about some of the materials. 420HC is what we have on that blade, and we can see that that is black coated, and that coating, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's held up pretty well in the work that I've done with that knife, so no complaints about it. I don't feel like it's dragging much in the work that I did with it. I didn't do any batoning with it. I didn't feel a real need to, but I'm sure it would hold up just fine in that it appears to be completely full tang with the end of that blade sticking out here. It sure is possible that there's somewhat of a rat tail going through here, but I'm almost certain that that connects all the way down to there. And what we have is a nice little stabbing or breaking point right there that we could use to bash things. I'm not going to say what type of things. And also a nice lanyard hole if you feel a need to have that in whatever application you're going to put this into. One of the great things about this, if we're talking strictly about survival applications, is that we have a spine that is completely sharp. And that actually threw some great sparks when I tested it out. So that is a very, very good thing. We don't always get that in our survival knives or in our sort of outdoor utility knives, but this one has that. I'll always take it when it comes. This knife bears some striking similarities to a number of other Gerber knives, just a couple among those being the Prodigy and the LMF2. Some knives, like I said before, they've got quite the pedigree of tactical / survival knives in their roster. And this, like I said before, it bears some resemblance to a few of them. The handle is really grippy. Really, really grippy here. What is that handle made out of? Well, it's listed as rubber. And I find it to be, like I said, as grippy as anything you could ever ask for. So barehanded, with gloves, whatever, that's going to be a really comfortable handle to use. You're not going to have a lot of difficulty retaining that in hand because of that great material that it's made of. Just one quick, really close look at the blade to examine the shape, the grind. That is flat ground, little swedge cut out there, very classic looking. I love the look of that blade shape. This one, of course, is the part serrated variety. They also have the full plain edge variety, and once again, both in this Coyote / black as well as a pure black version. So get the one that you like best for your applications. 420HC steel, which is not a super sexy steel. It's not 1095 or anything, but it's high carbon. And you know what? You know who else uses 420HC a lot? Like on everything they do? I'll show you who. Leatherman. Leatherman uses 420HC on the mutt as well as nearly every single one of their multi-tools. Yeah, there's some that are 154cm and S30V, but for the most part, you get 420HC. This is 420HC. So don't look at 420 on this knife and go, wow, that's such a cheap steel. It's not really. It's a very durable steel, very usable steel. Takes a pretty darn good edge and holds it fairly well. That's still fairly sharp, and I have not resharpened it from the time that I used it. So now I'd be happy with that actually for quite a while. All right, now let's get into the sheath, because there's a lot of cool things to talk about in regards to the sheath. I'm excited about it actually. So the way that it clips in is pretty simple. You see that there's these indentations right there on the knife and the hilt there on both sides, which means you can slip this in either direction. Fits in just perfectly there, clips very nicely. No way that's going to fall out. Takes a good amount of pressure to pull it. And then, like I said, you can flip it the other way around. Retains just as perfectly. So that sheath, like I said, is designed to go right or left-handed, and from any configuration, however you intend to carry it, which is a great thing. So the sheath comes with a handful of carry methods ready to go out of the box. This one right here being the sort of tactical nylon that you would slip onto your belt, thread your belt through here, and that could be, like I said, a big web belt that's part of your military kit or whatever, or maybe this is your survival knife and that's just your everyday hiking belt, or the belt that comes with your hiking pants or whatever. That snaps right there, so you can thread through, or you can undo that, flip it over, and then snap it when you bring it back through. Then of course you can see that we've got a little strap right here that's going to retain it for those long hikes where you don't intend to be pulling it out for a while. So that's going to kind of keep it from flopping around. So that's pretty nice as well. But that's not the only way that you can use this sheath. We'll go ahead and unsnap this and show you the other methods that they give us. And we got to take the knife out to make this a little easier. Do that for a second. So there's the plain sheath, and what we've also got here is a way to attach this by way of MOLLE. A couple ways actually, and this is actually another way to attach to a belt. What you can do here is it comes with this little, what would you call this? Little plank, little sheet, little clip, I guess we'd call it. But this little clip thing, what it does is it allows you to either attach this to MOLLE. So you would attach this, let's say like you see these MOLLE pieces right here on this. This is actually my camera bag. Yeah, but you would attach it like so, you know, line it up with the MOLLE like that, so that it's sort of opposite of those straps, and then you would thread through this piece right here, then through the strap, and then through that piece, then through that strap, then through that piece, and you kind of do it all in one piece like that. It clicks in up there and retains onto that MOLLE very well. I attached that to a vest earlier to test it out. It is very, very, very good as far as retention. Next, so this is the other means of attachment. You could attach this horizontally to a belt, and that's what you would use this for. So that would lay in just like that, and then you would send, once again, this clip through there and feed it through until it clips all the way there on the other side, and now you have a way to wear that horizontally on a belt, either on the front, on the side, in the back, wherever you intend to wear that. That's not really my thing. I don't really care for the horizontal carry of a knife of this size when the anchor point is only this much and you've got all that handle sticking out. Again, they give you the option in case that's what you need for your application. Personally, I wouldn't do it. I just don't think, I don't like it. I think the two ways that I really like attaching for using the sheath would be the straight onto MOLLE variety, which is so simple and so clean. I mean, there's no, you don't have paracord wrapping through everything to make it work. You can obviously do that because you've got the holes for it. But what you could do instead, I mean, just slip that through, click it in, it's done. Totally done. And then obviously the very simple means of attaching it to this nylon here in order to have that on your belt. I think that's also just a great and simple way to use your sheath. So I love all the options they give you with this sheath, with the sheath and with the knife. Once again, comes in the coyote or the black. And I've seen, in fact, in researching Gerber's knives, some of their other knives very similar to this one, that they do offer lots of options with most of their sheaths. They've got all these different ways for attaching them. So I appreciate that they offer, and they think through all of that in their presentation and in their the options they give you. let's show you some knives that compare fairly well against this Gerber StrongArm, which is such a cool name for a knife too, don't you think? I like it. Anyway, so there's the Gerber StrongArm, and let's set the sheath aside. What's another knife that would compare pretty favorably and pretty comparable against that? Here's one. SOG Seal Strike. Definitely competes. Almost identical in size. You can see that they're both part serrated. The handles are going to be, they're both very ergonomic. Yeah, both survival / tactical knives that are going to be very, very good. So definitely, and they're not too far in price. I think this is going to be in the 60s to 70s. This one's not too far from that actually. So really comparable. Here's one that's going to be a little bit pricier, and I don't think it's quite as versatile. Well, no, it's a pretty versatile knife. Anyway, here it is, Cold Steel SRK. This has been one of my favorites for a long time. I love the blade shape. I love sort of the versatile application, all the applications that this knife fits into. It's just a terrific knife. This is the old Carbon V variety of it, which is no longer available, and you might be able to find that on eBay somewhere. I think that's what I did. You can get it in, I think, San Mai varieties or the AOS 8, perhaps the CTS XHP now. I don't know if they offer it yet, but I bet you they will. Here's another one that could be turned into a tactical knife with some modifications sheath-wise because of the leather sheath that it comes with. But there's the Tops Tex Creek 69. Really gorgeous knife. You know, it's heavy-ish for what you get. It's actually fairly comparable in weight, I'd say, to the StrongArm, but you do have a slightly smaller blade on it. But it's great utility there. Great utility from this, and I could see that being used in a tactical fashion if needs be. Lastly, how about this one, the Scar Blades Crusader. Also a great knife, and I would put that very much in the same category as the Cold Steel SRK as far as utility and just general purpose use. Outstanding, all around great knives. I love it so far. I think it's so versatile as far as blade shape and the things that it can do and the things you can, the rolls you can press it into. I love that it's made in the USA. I don't mind that it's 420 HC. I think the price is right. So if you're interested in it, there it is. I'll have a link down in the description. You can follow that over to Amazon if you want to and pick it up. And a tiny portion of that comes back to me, and I thank you for taking advantage of that and helping to support the channel. There it is, the Gerber StrongArm. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you guys later. It was no surprise. It was very comfortable in hand through all the work that I did with it. Very, very sharp from the factory, as all these Scandi ground Mora knives are, which is just so satisfying.